we're live while Wendy fixes her hair.
Yeah.
How beautiful Wendy is.
Stop. It was just
Oh, I
poking
see
me.
you've got like a pearl necklace on. And
I kept hitting this light back here. I had to take it down a little bit.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to another episode. Another episode of Immersion into Source. Tonight's topic, more on ETs. Because every time we talk about that or the topic comes up, even in another topic, we always have so many questions. So we thought we better do another one, which reminds me, we need to do another one on romance or marriage or whatever, because that one always is, we said we do one a month, but we haven't done one in a while, so we got to do that pretty soon. So welcome everybody.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Who's it here?
Yeah. Okay, so that we get started. I was only 8:01. I feel like I'm like, wah, 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 yaggity, yaggity, yag. It's only been 60 seconds of that. Okay, so I had a productive weekend. But I spent lots of money at the plant. I went to the garden place, I went to Menards, and I went to the growing place, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I spent a lot of money,
It's
but
easy.
I got some good stuff. And so this morning I thought, when I woke up, it was kind of raining. I thought, well, I'll wait a little while. So it calmed down. I'm like, okay, so I put my grubby clothes on, went out there, and I started working away. And then it started raining stronger, and I thought, well, I'm already kind of wet. Who cares, And then it's coming down more and more, and I thought, I'm going to go get a raincoat so that at least I'm not, drowning. So I go get the raincoat. I come back out and I'm working, and it just starts coming down stronger and stronger. Where it's just pouring up. My pants are soaking wet, and it's just pouring over my head. Even to have the hood on, I don't remember if I put the hood on or not. But it was just, I gave up. I got some holes started, and anyway, at least I didn't have to water anything.
Right. There was a family at the hotel I was staying at,
Mhm.
and it was raining like that, probably around 7:30ish in Galesburg.
Uh-huh.
And they were all dressed up real nice and standing there looking at it, trying to decide when they should make a dash for it. How they were
Yeah.
gonna do it. And I looked at him, I said, you know what? No matter what you do, you're gonna get wet if you have to leave right now, so you might as well just go.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank goodness it rains water.
Right.
If it rained, paint or, I don't know, soy sauce, that would be bad. But it just rains water.
Right. You try.
Yeah, you dry off. Maybe you don't look quite as glamorous as you started, but So, yeah, I always tell people, I'm like, what are you worried about? If anybody should be concerned, it's me. I'm the closest thing to a witch around in this group or whatever. And I'm definitely not made of sugar. That's for sure.
Not gonna melt.
Yeah. Okay. All right. More on ETs is our topic, as I said. We're going to do the healing in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And those of you that don't know what the heck we're doing, or what do I mean, when do you tell them? My brain is fried.
Oh my gosh, you're funny. Okay, well, we're gonna do a healing, and when the healing happens, Karen goes off the screen and she says her little prayer and brings in Source and her guides, and they send a healing to us. While that's happening, we want you to either sit down or lie down, make yourself comfortable, close your eyes, suspend all disbelief, and allow whatever's going to happen, whether it be you feel nothing or you get a vision. Don't get yourself too twisted about what's happening, just allow it. If there's pain or laughter or tears, let it come, because that's a release for you and something that needs to come to the surface and come out. So just let it be and breathe your way through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And ideally, you're someplace where you're undisturbed so that you can have a, have a personal experience, a private experience. Your source is flowing through you. There are beings with you that are directing the energy, we are always with them, but take the opportunity to kind of notice and pay attention and recognize, feel your body, your being. I mean, we typically only notice this, skin bag, but we are much bigger than that. We are much bigger. See if you can notice, pay attention. And as I said, ideally you're undisturbed, but if there are people around, that's okay. At work the other day, somebody, she had her neck or her shoulder, stuff was bothering her, and she had told me about it, and then she walked away, and I did something, and then I went over to her and I just kind of stood next to her and I said, just hold still, and we'll just, I didn't touch her. I just acted really casual so nobody would know what was going on, and we just, worked on her neck, and she's like, oh, it's releasing. I'm like, just hold still, just hold still. So, it works even if people are around. But as I said, ideally, you're taking the opportunity to be reflective and look inside, and of course allow. We're always, want you to allow. So the comment section, the chat section should be on the right side of your screen. Put any comments or questions. If you have a comment or question about the healing part, do that now. Darn it, I forgot again. Remember, we said we need to do that like right away. Anyway, because we're on a 1-minute delay. So these words coming out of my mouth, you will not be into your ears for another minute. So we always have to remember to wait 1 minute. So 8:07. So at 8:08, if there's no questions or comments, well, no, I'm not even going to wait that long because, just because. But when we come back from the healing part, which, again, it'll be quiet, chat away. We want your questions and comments. Not only your experience, but the topic and anything else you want to talk about. I love it when everybody's like, saying hi to each other and, all that interaction. That's kind of fun. I don't see it now, but I look at it later sometimes when I remember, when I have time. All right. Everybody ready?
I think we're ready.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Relax all your muscles, joints, jaw. Don't forget that jaw. Everybody clenches their jaw. Oh, food pants. Oh well, it's okay. All right, here we go. That went by fast,
It did.
but it was,
It was weird.
yeah, how so?
Well, because at first I didn't feel anything, and I always feel something. So it's kind of like, okay. And then I started feeling like a butterfly, and I got really hot. And then I felt like there was just something zipping. It was weird.
Zip, like a zipper?
Yeah, like no, just back and forth, just back and forth, like it was zipping. Like that's the only word I have to describe it. It
Huh.
was very zippy zappy. Yeah.
I'm sure that's a very technical term that I just haven't heard of before. I'm gonna go look it up.
Google it.
Google it. Yes, I need to Google it. Google it, everything.
How about you guys? What's going on with you?
Yes. How about everybody else? Oh, all right. Oh, the sky looks very cool. Sorry, got distracted. I have a window right there. You can't tell,
Mm-mm.
but there's a window right there. Like my book thing, we had to take all the books. Well, I wasn't home. I came home the other day. I knew the AT&T guy was coming, but they told me he was just switching out the modem. It's all right. I come home, there's stacks of books in the living room, in my bedroom, all over the office. They're everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? They took everything out. And I don't know what happened, but I couldn't get them. I was like standing there, I'm like, how did all those books come out of that little bookshelf? It took me forever to get them back in. But now, ta-da! I'm so happy they're all back. They're not tripping over books anymore. Huh?
I said it looks beautiful.
Oh,
Well,
gosh, thank you.
we have some comments.
Yes, what?
Yeah, Kathy said that she also didn't really feel anything today. And then Cindy said, I felt a lot of gratitude. I pictured a big heart filled with light. Yay! Diane said she felt an overwhelming sadness, and then Shannon said she missed most of it.
Okay, well, she can do it back in, or I mean, look at it on YouTube after, or Shannon, it's still, you have the intention, it's still there.
Yep.
And just big hug to you.
And Carol too. She said she missed most of it also.
Oh, that's okay.
That's okay.
It's retroactive. Poof,
it still works.
We'll use Wendy's zip zip zip. Zip zip zip. Ding!
Zippity zappity.
Yeah, it will be like Mickey Mouse with the wizard, the wizard costume.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse music. When my older son was little, he would always, he loved classical music. He still doesn't listen to as much, but he called it Mickey Mouse music because in Fantasia, it's all classical music in Fantasia, and Mickey Mouse is the main character, so he called it Mickey Mouse music. Mom, I want to listen to Mickey Mouse music. So I knew what that meant. He wanted classical. So okay, do we have any questions on our brethren from another? Our brother from another mother?
I like that. That's good.
Uh-huh.
Well, I hope the audience has some. I came up with a couple that trying to remember what we talked about before. But I wanted to start with, before we ask a lot of questions, I'm just wondering if there was any message that they would like to give us.
Yes, I did get one. Thank you for remembering to, thank you for bringing it up. Hopefully I can convey it correctly. It had to do with, it seems like it's always, and I guess really, how else do you function? Being centered in yourself and having laser vision pointing way out, way out. And it had to do with experiencing, noticing that even though you physically are standing here, something way out there pertains to you. So as you do that exercise, everybody, whatever vision or experience or emotion that comes up is going to be different person to person. So there's no recipe. I'm not saying go see a tree or see a frog or see a house or see Alaska or whatever. Just whatever you see. And it might just be a dot. But recognize, work on experiencing your connection to that. Look as far as you can. Okay? That's your homework for the week. Or at least till Wednesday or till whenever you quit. But just do it. Just do it. See. Let us know how it goes. Okay. That was the message.
All right, I had to write that down. I'll post that on Facebook.
Okay. Thank you.
But I'm just wondering if, in general, if there's a message about ETs.
Oh.
Like us to know something. So I was reminding you without realizing it.
Oh, you were. Oh. Okay. All right. That in the eyes of God, source, creator, whatever you want to call it, that we all stand in a line, that we're all the same. It's like a big, long, ever-lending, can I talk? Never-ending line that shoulder to shoulder from all planets, realms, universes, all those things that we don't even comprehend yet, that we're all of the same before that, before our Lord, before, however you want to envision that. Because of course none of us have any clue really what the creator is. I mean, it's like this desk understanding the carpenter that made it. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
I got it. Okay, so do ETs come down to help us or observe us?
Or hinder us, all of the above and then some. So just like us, just like these human forms, life forms that come in all variety of intentions. Yes, we all have different intentions. Same for elsewhere. The ratios might vary. That maybe they have more nice people on this planet and more vindictive people on that planet, and here we have more. I'll talk about that right now, but yeah. So it varies. Sometimes they come part of a team. Like there'll be a team or an expedition, a project. Sometimes they kind of come on their own of their own volition. Maybe it's not a part of some authorized project, but just like on vacation. See what those wonky people are doing.
I know ETs exist, but do we have connections to special ones?
That varies person to person, culture to culture. That's not a clear black and white answer. Obviously, they're saying something about portals. The easier it is to get here, obviously there's going to be a preponderance of beings from those places, but still they come from other places as well. Maybe not in as many numbers, but still. And so does that preclude you from having a deeper connection with someone from further away? No. It's just that there are more of certain types because, it's closer. Like for us, there are more of us go to vacation like in Florida maybe than to Brazil. It doesn't mean that Brazil's better or worse than Florida. It's just that Florida's closer.
That makes sense. Okay, I was told by a healer of mine that I had been abducted by aliens and that they ran experiments on me that hurt me. Could this be true? And is it having an impact on my health? If so.
Okay. I'm not getting clear whether it's to what degree it's an actual physical body experience. Because remember, we are not just physical. Things can happen to other aspects of us, like say when you're sleeping and you leave your body. So I'm not getting a clear. But there seems to be something along the neck, in the back of the neck, about this long. But it doesn't feel physical. It doesn't feel tangible, that you could touch it. And whether that's how that got, I don't know, but there's something energetically that and whoever that was, whoever you connected with, it doesn't feel like it feels a pretty loving thing. Some people have experiences you read about and hear about, and it's pretty horrific. They're tormented, traumatized. But this doesn't feel like that. So again, maybe it was like in a dream or something. I don't know. But so about the health. Okay, so hold on. So you're asking about the health. I would direct love to to the back of your neck. This all sounds so strange, doesn't it? I would direct love to the back of the neck, and it'll kind of loosen up, not be so concentrated.
I love how so often love is the answer.
I'm sorry?
I said I love how so often love is the answer.
Oh, yeah. Well, because love is what we are. Love is all that exists.
Right?
Perfect. My hair is made of love. The air is love. I mean, everything. And we walk around like with this other vibration, and that pulls us away from the reality of who we are. So to the degree that we're not in love, and I don't mean like in love, like, romantically or whatever, that we're not walking in love, that's the degree that we're off balance, that we're ill, that we're unsettled, that we're having issues. We have to recognize that the very fabric of the universe is love.
Beautiful. Okay, so we have another question.
Okay.
Do souls take the form of ETs for special types of lessons different than those who come here?
Do souls take the form of an extraterrestrial for a lesson?
For special types of lessons different than what they would get here.
So I'm a soul. I have I at some point take on. Now remember, here's the thing. I am an extraterrestrial, as are you, and as everybody listening, as everybody here. We are all extraterrestrials because there's some other planet elsewhere to which we are extra. We are beyond. We do not live on that planet, so we are extraterrestrials to other planets. So you are right now having an you are having that experience right now. That's what you're doing, because you are an extraterrestrial. You're having an experience.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but that is so cool.
And as strange as maybe they look to us, just thinking they're looking at us going, they got hair all over. What's that stuff on their head? You know, if they have, if they have or whatever. I mean, as strange as maybe somebody from elsewhere looks to us, we're going to look just as odd to them.
Yeah, yeah.
Scare the bones out of their children. You showed up.
Freaks.
Look at what they're wearing. Oh my gosh. Their tailors are archaic.
They only have 2 eyes. How do they see anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so how many species do we know about? And how many more are there that we don't know about?
Okay, so how many species there are is infinite. Remember, the universe is infinite, so it's infinite. Do we, as a recognized, recognized,
Well, I was just wondering, we talk about, we limit ourselves to the planets that we know, and the possibility of life being on those planets, but how how many, okay, let's rephrase that then, because it's infinite. But how many have been here? How many do we have interactions with and not?
hundreds. We're saying hundreds. And if you go back in time more, it's thousands on Earth.
That's pretty fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no idea. It's not like I'm taking a survey.
Right.
But, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, another question that I was thinking of is, are the majority of species is the only word I can think of. Do they have similar male and female type roles for reproducing that we do, or are some of them just more asexual?
There is a vast diversity in reproduction styles, or whatever you want to call it. I gotta tell you, I like this one. But who knows? Maybe I'd like those too.
You're
I'm willing to give it a try. Oh.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Wait a minute. Need the glasses. Are we interacting with our own kind of ETs or many others? What do you mean by our own kind of ETs?
Yeah.
Please explain. Please explain.
Sorry, I don't get that question either.
We'll see.
Yeah. I personally haven't seen one with my 3D eyes in quite a long time. And recently, somewhere, and I saw something very strange, and I was thinking, "Oh, maybe I'm seeing another one." No, it wasn't. I don't remember. I just have this vague recollection. My memory has never been very good, and I gotta say, I don't seem to have a lot of room for much anymore. So it'll come to me. It'll come to me after we're off the call, of course.
Of course. That's how mine works too.
Where the heck was I?
I think your memory works pretty good most of the time. Okay, here's Here's another question. This not what I want, but oh, have humans ever produced offspring with ETs?
Yes. You know, it's in the Bible.
It is.
It is in the Bible, yeah. But yes. Yeah, no, the answer is yes. And personally, I mean, because I've had this belief a long time, but I did check with them to make sure it's not my head, answering. And I think that's just so cool,
Yeah.
because that means that DNA is somewhat consistent across, I mean, because we know that the difference in our DNA from, what is it, chimpanzees is like 2% or something, so we cannot breed with chimpanzees, thank goodness. But so that means that our genetic material has to be less than that invariance from these other. Okay, hold on. No, and it's not all. It's not all. Yeah, for some it doesn't work. It doesn't always work. I mean, there has to there. And there have been experiments like trying, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes it's just not going to work. I'm sure that's all good. It's all as it should be.
It's kind of interesting that it'll work sometimes and other times not.
Well, I guess it would depend on, the genetic material, I guess, for lack of any other word. And I'm not a biologist or a reproductive specialist or anything, but I guess it would have to matter, how it's gonna. I don't know.
Okay, so she said that you said that we are ETs. Do we meet our own kind occasionally?
Yes.
Well, we are our
Yes.
kind.
You probably live with some. Your neighbor. This whole planet is populated with fellow ETs.
Yeah.
Perhaps was I not clear in what I was saying?
Maybe not.
What I'm saying is that there are beings that live on another planet, infinite planets. To them, because we don't live on their planet, to them, we are extraterrestrial. We do not live on that planet. We are extraterrestrial. We are alien to them because we don't live on that planet. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we are extraterrestrial from another planet off of Earth coming here, although there's a lot of extraterrestrial genetic material running around. I'm just saying that because you are not living on that planet, pick a planet, any planet you pick besides Earth, you are an extraterrestrial to anybody living on that planet. So yes, you're running around with your fellow extraterrestrials on this planet. I hope that made sense.
Say, ask more questions if you have them, if it didn't make sense to you.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, as we learned just a few minutes ago when Wendy asked a question, I took it as meaning, the mess, so, communication is a challenge. So
Yeah.
just ask away.
Well, I don't think that was totally an accident because we did need another message.
I'm sorry?
I said I don't.
No, I'm not saying it was an accident. No. But okay. You know how it is. It's communication is it's an art. Yes. Definitely an art. And I'm not an artist.
Me neither.
Oh boy.
Okay, so now we're wondering if it's possible that humans came to Earth from another planet.
We have evolved on this planet, but there has been interaction, intermingling along the way.
Yeah.
So,
I'm muted and talking to you, but could you repeat that because it was kind of garbled?
okay. So there has been life on this planet for, well, forever probably. I mean, started as what, dust and spinach, not spinach, algae. I mean, I don't know, whatever it was, but it's evolved. And so we evolved, and but so there's life, there's human life, however it looked over time. And periodically there has been infusions of other material. So, genetically, perhaps some of us are more, depending on, our lineage and everything, are more off-planet material than others. And boy, those geneticists that have unraveled the DNA code, I wonder if they even consider, like, have they figured out, like, can they tell what is from here and what is from elsewhere? That would be cool. That would be cool if they're doing that and they would tell us. Wouldn't that be awesome? But I have no idea if they would know how to determine that.
Yeah, that would be difficult.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do we have any other questions?
No other questions or comments.
Okay. All right. So I would just like to end, if with remembering, and we've said this before, that regardless of what planet, realm, whatever, wherever you're from, we're all children of God. We're all in this big wonking boat of a universe or multiple universes together. So even though we look different, even though we, come from different places, have different experiences, we are still all in it together because we are all connected. So as we are learning to live together on this planet, trying to have equality and peace and justice, we also, at some level, need to be working on having that with the universe as well. So just because somebody's from some other planet doesn't make them less, doesn't make them scary. It makes them your brother, my brother. Okay?
Very good. Okay, so next week we're going to talk about sacred sex. Yeah, so that'll be good.
I hope we have lots of questions for that one. Come on, start thinking of them now.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. And what do we have Wednesday? Wednesday is Parallel Universes. Which is a good segue from where from today. So Wednesday is Parallel Universes. So
that'll be good.
All righty. Well, good night, everybody. Happy Sunday evening. Have a good week.
Love you.
Love you all. Good night.
Good night.